Happy Tuesday, everybody. That's right. Guess what tomorrow is? Wild Mushroom Day. So, we're going to take a whole bunch of wild mushrooms and we're going to make a cream of mushroom soup, gourmet style. We're also going to serve them with seared diver sea scallops. Yeah, today I have a portobello mushrooms. I have maitake, or hen of the wood mushrooms. They actually look like the ass end of a hen, so they call them hen of the woods. There's feathers, kind of. And then we have a giant royal oyster mushroom. Looks like a porcini mushroom, a lot of stem. We're gonna take the stems and make the soup with it. I also have some regular food service mushrooms, white mushrooms. That's gonna give us our hardware so we don't have to waste our good mushrooms in the puree. You'll see when I get there. So let me show you what a fun guy I am. So we have our hot sauce or soup pan. We're gonna start this with a little bit of canola oil, flavorless, odorless, colorless. We want to use a little extra oil than what you'd usually use because mushrooms are like sponges and they will soak up all of your oil and you won't have anything to saute the rest of your stuff in. So we're gonna take our chopped up food service white button mushrooms, onions, and garlic, and we're gonna start sauteing. We wanna put a nice roast on the mushrooms so we have a background flavor. Roasted, toasted mushrooms. While that's happening, we're gonna take our mushrooms, we're gonna take our portobello mushrooms, we're gonna take the stems off, just pop them right off. We're gonna whack up the stems. Don't have to be pretty. Throw those right in the saute. We're then gonna take the brown part, the ribs of the portobellos, and we're gonna just take a spoon and we're gonna clean it out. Because what will happen is we're looking for a nice white soup. This is gonna make our soup kind of brown or kind of dirty looking. So we're gonna take that off. We can then peel the portobellos, peel the tops off. That way we have a nice white soup. We're gonna add cream to it anyway, so it's gonna be white, but we want it as clean as possible. And then we're gonna take these stems of the royal oyster mushrooms. They're all stem, it's all sponge. So we're gonna cut it, see the top? We're gonna cut it about there. It's dense, spongy, a lot of water. These collect a lot of moisture. And we're gonna take these and we're gonna chop these up, and we're also gonna put these into our saute. We got a lot of earth going on right now. I'm gonna move it over to the flame. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to it because once I roast them, I want them to start to bleed. Because all that, the moisture in the mushrooms, it's all flavor. So we're gonna roast them a little bit. We did. We add a little salt, and then we're gonna saute the you know what out of it. As you can see, I chopped up everything. It didn't really matter because eventually we're gonna puree the soup. While that's happening, we're gonna take our hen of the wood mushrooms and we're just gonna simply pull them apart, keeping the integrity of the hen's ass. We want you to know what the different mushrooms are. Smell that? It smells like we've been foraging. That's good. So then we're just gonna pull them apart. Keep them kind of big because we want to keep the integrity of the mushroom. And then we're gonna take our oyster mushroom, cut in half, and then we're gonna give it a nice slice. That's gonna give us our meaty, like our steaky, meaty mushroom. And then our portobello, cut in half, and then that way it's distinctively 3 different mushrooms. We get another hot pan, and we're gonna take a little bit of oil again, and we're gonna saute our pieces of mushroom. These are the ones that we're gonna show as garnish. Depending upon how many people you're serving, you don't necessarily need them all. So I will use them, I promise you that. As you can see, I put oil in the pan and the mushrooms already soaked up all the oil. So we don't want to put too much oil because we don't want it too greasy. We want enough where we can get a nice roast. Hear the sound? Where we can get a nice roast, a nice saute, a nice brown. So we're gonna get a nice golden brown on our mushrooms. I didn't season them, I didn't put anything into it yet because I don't want them to bleed. You can put a cover on this now, have them steam. I'm not going to, but you can. Depends on what kind of time frame you're looking at. Once our mushrooms are nice and cooked and wet, we're gonna add brandy. Being it's a high-sided pot, it won't light, but we need to cook the alcohol out because we don't want that bitterness of the alcohol in it. So now we have some nice brown roasted mushrooms. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic, just a little bit. Don't want to take away from the mushroom. We're gonna add our salt. We're gonna add our pepper. Try not to burn ourselves. And then we're gonna put this aside. And we're gonna make our soup. Once this brandy cooks off, we're gonna add chicken stock. You can do vegetable stock, beef stock. I use chicken stock because I make it and it's delicious. Also, what I do is I take the top, a little bit of the fat from the stock. Take the fat from the stock separately. And we're gonna make a roux. The flour, instead of using butter, we're gonna use chicken fat. And then we're gonna thicken our soup a bit with it. So after we take a little bit of the fat off, we want to cover plus, almost like cover and a half the mushrooms. We are making soup, so once we puree all this stuff, it's going to thicken the soup and it's going to be kind of like really thick. So we want to kind of cover and a half it. That way we have soup when we're done. I know, there's scallops involved, but we're not ready for them. I'm going to get you ready for them real soon after these messages. This is our sponsor, Flavor Kitchen. Please call for a reservation. I am here for your dining pleasure. And we're back. So our chicken fat has been liquefied after heating it up. Now we're gonna fold all-purpose flour into it. And we're gonna make a roux. So just simply incorporate the flour with the fat. You have the beginning of a roux. Now, once everything's all evenly incorporated, we need to cook out the flour. We're gonna cook that right now. Just wanna cook it, dry it up, give it a little roast. It'll give it like a nutty roasted flavor. All right, so we're about 20, 25 minutes in. Our mushrooms are cooking in our stock and brandy. I'm gonna add, see how the roux, it's cooked. You can smell it. Shh, smell that? We're gonna add our roux to our soup. Add a little bit at a time. We wanna let it cook in there because it's gonna thicken real fast. Especially now that it's already cooked. So we're gonna cook it in, stir it in because it'll stick to the bottom. While that's happening, we're gonna season our sea scallops. A little salt, a little pepper. Let's puree our soup. The bubbles are starting to get thicker. I'm gonna add a little dried thyme and rosemary. And now we're gonna puree it. My trusty handy dandy stick blender. See how easy? You don't have to take it out of the thing to puree it. And then if we need to put it back on the stove for some more cooking, we don't have to waste a whole bunch of different utensils. And don't forget the mushrooms and onions and such in here will also help thicken the soup and give us some body. Make sure we got all the stuff pureed. And then then we're going to add about 2 cups of heavy cream. And we're going to return it to the heat. We're going to saute our scallops while our soup is getting hot. Again, salt, pepper, a little bit of oil, dry them off. Now we stir the cream into the mushroom soup. See, we have a nice silky puree of mushroom soup. Don't forget, remember, yeah, we didn't forget our roasted mushrooms. We're gonna warm those up. We're gonna add a little truffle oil to our mushrooms. Have them soak up a little bit of that truffle oil. And that's gonna give us our bloom. Soup is done, we turn it off. Mushrooms have soaked up the truffle oil. We turn it off. Scallops are ready to flip, so we flip them. Make sure we get some color on it. Color is flavor. That's the name of the game. If you overcook them, they're gonna be spongy, like chewing on a handball. So we're gonna just give them a nice sear on each side. That way the center is nice and translucent. Give it one last stir, get all the goods. Fall treat for sure. And then we're gonna take our mushrooms with some scallions and some diced red onions, just a little bit. We don't want to take away from the mushrooms, so we're just gonna give it a little onion crunch, if you will. And then we're gonna lay them out so that we see that we took time to cultivate, cook, and enjoy the different varieties of mushrooms. Scallops. And there we have it. Cream of wild mushroom soup with truffled roasted wild mushrooms, hen of the woods, portobellos, oyster mushrooms, and seared sea scallops.